How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its New Year's sale, and with that, a lot of great deals are available, and I will be highlighting some of the deals under the price of $5 in this video. And we're gonna be going over the deals under the price of $5 in this video. Quite a lot of stuff. Tried to get in some lower key games, but a lot of the typical stuff. You guys know how it is. But before we get into this video, I do want to note that if you want to get your PSN credit a little bit cheaper, go ahead on over to instantgaming.com, where they've got a plethora of PSN credit offers, and you can get your PlayStation Store wallet credit a little bit cheaper. You can get $100, $75, $50, and you'll save a little bit, and all of the wallet funds can obviously be going towards any game that's on sale, upcoming titles, etc, etc. And if you do buy it, we get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. With that being said, let's get right into the deals in this video. First of all, we have Strayed Lights, which is 70% off for $3.89. You'll save an additional 5% if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber for $3.24. I really enjoyed Strayed Lights. You know, this is a game not a lot of people know about, but it's a game that I had a pretty good time with. Now, it is kind of a Souls-like game in the sense that the mechanics are similar. However, it is not difficult whatsoever. The game is pretty darn easy. It has a pretty unique color mechanic where you alternate colors based on the enemies that you're fighting, and I found the game to be like super relaxing. The soundtrack was just incredibly kind of peaceful and tranquil. I had a great time with the game. I would not be going into it expecting something super difficult, but if you want to get into a fairly quick to the point action title with a great soundtrack, I think Strayed Lights will pleasantly surprise you. $3.89 on that. Next up, we have Shenmue I II, 85% off for $4.49. One of the most iconic video game franchises. Is saying of all time a little bit of a stretch. Look, Shenmue for a long time had a lot of notoriety. Unfortunately, Shenmue 3 was a bit of a disappointment, and I don't know if Shenmue 4 will ever come to fruition. Probably not, but Shenmue 1 and 2 are games that I recommend you go back and play. Bear in mind that these games very much pushed the envelope when they were on the original Dreamcast. However, nowadays, they are going to show their age. A lot of the mechanics of the game and elements of the game are going to feel dated, but I think from a story standpoint, it's still very much worthwhile going through, and you're getting both games for $4.49. I feel like that's a pretty good pickup. Next up, we have Mad Max, 75% off for $4.99. I talk up Mad Max all the time, and I think most people that have played it think pretty highly about the game. I just think it was unfortunate that the game came out the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5, and those were both, you know, open world games, and MGS5 was just gonna inherently be a bigger game. But Mad Max turned out to be pretty damn good in its own right. A solid open world action title. I just remember the performance of this game being ridiculously good. Narratively picked up by the end, but yeah, $4.99 on this, pretty good deal there for sure. Next up, if you want something relaxing, once again, Cat Quest 2, 75% off for $3.74. Cat Quest is just a good time, man. If you're looking to play a game to also get, you know, a sibling, a younger sibling, or someone that's just not into video games, I feel like Cat Quest is a pretty good option. You do have optional co-op there as well, and it's an easy game to get into. Not super difficult, but a lot of charm there, and for $3.74, I would say it's a pretty good pickup. So check that out, Cat Quest 2 on the cheap. Next up, we have Just Cause 3, 75% off for $4.99. I'm all about these games that, you know, if you just want to kick back and relax and do some crazy stuff and not think too deep about the narrative or anything like that, they're always a good time, and Just Cause 3 definitely fits that criteria. Now, this game had some serious performance issues when it came out. A lot of that has been remedied, but you know, it doesn't have a PS5 upgrade or anything like that. But Just Cause 3 is a really, really fast-paced, chaotic, open-world action title. It is just insanity in terms of the explosions and some of the stuff you can do in the open world. It's just crazy, but it's a lot of fun. And again, one of those games that you're not going to get emotionally invested into the narrative, but in terms of just doing crazy things, Just Cause 3 will absolutely fit that criteria. And again, you can kick back, do some carnage, and then kind of move on from it, and I think it's a good time in that regard. Speaking of open worlds with a lot of chaos, Saints Row the Third Remastered is $4.49, while Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is $2.99. I think the Saints Row games are a pretty good time, and I like Saints Row the Third going really wacky in terms of premise. just because I think Saints Row was always going to fight that uphill battle of finding its own identity outside of it being, you know, Grand Theft Auto-esque. I think Saints Row the Third really did give it that. Unfortunately, they kind of cooked themselves with Saints Row 2022, I believe it was. That game was an abomination, and Saints Row is probably going to be shelved for a long time as a franchise, but it is what it is. Saints Row the Third I thought was a pretty good game, and Saints Row 4 I had a good time with as well. You know, not games I would spend a premium price on, but at these price points, definitely a decent pickup. Couple of classics. Dino Crisis is 50% off for $4.99. I know Dino Crisis is absolutely beloved. Bear in mind, this is a PlayStation 1 game that's been ported to PlayStation 5, so PS4 and 5, and you can play through it, you can have a good time with it, but yeah, it is going to be a bit of a dated game. Hopefully Capcom themselves will go back to Dino Crisis at some point, because Code Violet didn't turn out to be that Dino Crisis-esque game that a lot of you guys wanted, or a lot of people wanted, but it is what it is. A covert mission to investigate an isolated research facility goes awry when a world-renowned scientist is found alive 3 years after his reported death. Shockingly, he's not the only thing back from the grave. Experience the thrill of survival against prehistoric threats in this horror classic. That is available for $4.99. Next up, an all-time classic, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, 50% off for $4.99. An excellent, excellent platformer. I really got into Jak with Jak 2 and Jak 3, but Jak and Daxter was still a pretty good time as far as a platformer goes, and for a lot of people, they did enjoy Jak 1 more. Once again, PS2 game ported to PS4 and 5, so keep that in mind, but still, a timeless classic for a lot of people, and for $4.99, I think this is a really good deal. Definitely would give that a recommendation. Next up, we have Children of Morta, 85% off for $3.29. Children of Morta sets its story in a distant land, but copes with themes closer to our daily lives that one would expect. It's a story of simple emotions we all know so well and value more than sometimes we dare to admit. Love and hope, a longing and uncertainty, ultimately loss and sacrifice as well. A roguelite with a strong storyline, 7 playable characters. You've got local co-op, emotional tale focused on a family of heroes, a diverse set of skills, passive and active items modifying each run, multiple dungeons set in different biomes, a rich world full of history and magic and family trials as well. $3.29 for Children of Morta. Next up, we have Neon Abyss, 75% off for $4.99, a frantic roguelike action platformer where you run and gun your way into the abyss. As part of the Hades-formed Grim Squad, combining furious run and gun action and deep roguelike mechanics, Neon Abyss pits you as a member of the Grim Squad, a task force set up by Hades himself to infiltrate the abyss and defeat the new gods. You've got evolving dungeons, unlimited item synergies, hatch and evolve pets, and mini games to boot as well. Neon Abyss is available for $4.99. Next up, we have Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition, 75% off for $3.74. A wacky, zany Metroidvania with a luchador theme to it. You play as Juan the Luchador. I think this game's hilarious, and I think as far as Metroidvanias go, this is a pretty darn good one. Didn't get a ton of attention, but you know, it's got a follow-up title as well in Guacamelee 2, and I think if you're into Metroidvanias, you're gonna have a good time with it. For $3.74, pretty good pickup on that. Next up, we have Darkwood, 70% off for $4.49, an additional 5% off if you are a Plus subscriber. A challenging survival horror that does not rely on jump scares. You'll craft weapons, prepare traps, fortify hideouts. You'll explore and scavenge the eerie forests of the Soviet bloc by day, then hunker down in your hideout at night with nightmarish forces corrupting the woods. Wait and pray for the sun to come up the next morning. Wade through the grueling, bizarre world of Darkwood and delve into the creepiest secrets of its inhabitants as well. That is available for $4.49, $3.74 for Plus subscribers. Next up, found this game, and I think it's gonna be up a lot of you guys' alley if you want more of an emotional game to go through. Once again, is 20% off for $4.79, so the typical price is $5.99. Don't expect something too lengthy here, but this is a narrative-driven game. Every birthday, Sia gets to make up for a lifetime of missed moments with her. Transcending time and space, Sia's bond with her is poised to be a summer's most heartwarming tale. Immersive interactive gameplay lets you directly control Sia's actions with charmingly simple yet satisfying gameplay mechanics such as scrubbing, writing, taking photos, and more. Stunning illustrated art style that weaves the narrative and gameplay into a wistful, nostalgic journey as well. That is available for $4.79. And lastly, we have Wall World, which is 50% off for $4.99 as well. Explore the mysterious Wall World on your giant robo-spider, mine for valuable resources, upgrade your equipment to fight off hordes of monsters, and discover exotic biomes in between attacks. Will you be able to survive and learn the secrets of Wall World? Welcome to the mining roguelite with tower defense elements as well. Explore procedurally generated mines and discover fantastical biomes, find resources and technologies for purchasing valuable upgrades as well. Mine, fight, upgrade, build, and explore. My Wall World is available for $4.99. And that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of deals under the price of $5 here. Check them out. Links to everything in the description box below. And if you want your PSN credit a little bit cheaper, instantgaming.com is the spot to go as far as that's concerned. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.